Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, and I'm sure it's a good night in some part of the world. Thank you very much for joining in. This is we are recording this session for all the digital nomads who could not join it because of work or maybe it's a night there. They can definitely watch this recording and learn from Ivan, who is our today's guest live from Croatia. So today we will be having a very interesting question and answer sessions regarding the visa and immigration options for Croatia. But before we dive in, I will quickly share two community resources with all of you so you can take advantage. So I'm going to quickly share my screen and actually demo you. First resource is visadb.io. I am the founder of it, and it's a first marketplace for global visa and tax experts. Ivan is there, of course, as well. I also want to share the first internet visa database inspired from IMDb. I created it. How it works, like you can enter your citizenship and you can enter destination, or you can see all the available visas for you around the world. Of course, including the digital nomad visas, where you can click and you can check out. And when you click on each card, you can check out the requirements for this visa. And also, you can see expats living there from your country, or other cost of living and other kind of information which you normally need. And if you need help from the experts like Ivan or others, you can go to the experts tab here and you can check out all the services available for you, and you can click and chat with the experts around the world, including Ivan. Isn't it awesome, right? So this is the resource for users. Go check it out, play with it, share with your friends and family. Second supporter we want to share is Safety Wings. They are our community event supporters, and like 80% of the digital nomad community use their products, insurance product, incredibly designed for remote workers, global remote workers or travelers. So check their website out and see their offering. Let me turn off the screen here. So Ivan, first of all, I really want to show my gratitude and thank you on behalf of my community for showing up today from your important time. So welcome to our session today.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to meet your community, to have a nice talk with you. Everything so far with our communication was perfect, so let's hope it stays that way.
This is incredible. Thank you, Ivan. So I will start with the first question. Why digital nomads are loving Croatia? What are the reasons, like in last 2-3 years, that everybody started to, like, seems to be moving to Croatia or want to go there or already there? What are the reasons?
Well, if you take into consideration what is the nature of usual nature of the work of digital nomads, basically Croatia has everything that one needs. It has the Mediterranean climate, the prices compared to some other countries, for example, France or Spain or Italy, who also have the Mediterranean climate, are way lower than in those countries. So it is the mixture of perfect climate, good living standards, the health, the hospitals are okay, the schools are okay, and maybe the most important thing is since Croatia is basically the tourist country, majority of people speak English very well, and this helps people around the world to adapt more quickly to Croatia.
Wow, this seems like a checking of all the important, variables in digital nomad life.
Yes, actually, that wasn't the plan at the start, but Croatia is slowly becoming the place to go when you are a digital nomad. So I feel that majority of digital nomads basically have a Croatia for their destination at least for 1 year. So
Yes, definitely. I am also planning, so I'm really excited. So the next question would be technically, definitely, we love Croatia. If you want to go there, you need visas. So let's start talking with about visas. First thing I would say that what is it in the Schengen area? If I have a Schengen visa, can I go to Croatia? Or if I'm from US, Europe, or Canada or Australia, do I need a visa to visit Croatia temporary?
So Croatia at the moment is not in the Schengen area, and both it is still not in Eurozone. So Croatian currency is called kuna, and that is supposed to change within 1 or year and a half. Basically, looking in term sheet of European Union, Croatia should enter the Eurozone and both Schengen zone either at the end of this year or during the following year. At the moment, since we are not in the Schengen zone, if you regarding your citizenship would need the visa to come to Croatia, then you obviously need that visa. That is not the matter for all EU citizens. Some of the citizens, obviously from neighboring countries, who can enter the Croatia only with their ID. But let's say non-EU citizens should get a visa if their travel requirements ask for one. Also, the other way around. If you get a visa in Croatia, you know that visa is the travel document, so you will not gain any kind of additional rights, for example, to visit Germany.
Okay, that makes sense. So I will ask you a follow-up question because most of our community members, including myself, hold a Canadian passport. The US, Canada, and Australia. How about these citizens? Do they need a visa to visit Croatia?
No. Actually, the most important and significant fact when it comes to visas between Croatia and USA happened a few months ago when US enrolled Croatia in their Viva waiver program. So US citizens and Canadians basically never had to have visa to come to Croatia, but on the other side, now both Croatians do not need visa to come to USA, which is a fantastic thing for us. I went through a process 4 years ago, and it even with my references, it took a lot of time and energy to get one.
This is good news for Croatians. I'm so excited. I'm so happy.
But for your community, what is the important thing? U.S. citizens and Canadians do not have to have a visa to come to Croatia.
That's incredible. So I would like to ask you, of course, most of us would like to stay longer as well. So I will ask you a question. Is there a digital nomad visa available today for Croatia or one coming soon?
No, the Croatia enrolled digital visas as a possibility to enter and stay in Croatia 2 years ago. The funny story about the digital visas in Croatia was the fact that basically one Dutch guy called Jan de Jong, who married a Croatian girl and lives in Croatia. Basically, he was the main force behind the enrollment of digital visas in Croatian laws. So last 2 years, Croatia has option of applying and getting a digital visa, and so far it works perfectly. It's harmonized. The laws are harmonized with European laws, so the procedure is same or very similar compared to any other EU country.
Wow. This is incredible to know. Seems like Croatia was way ahead of the game because a lot of countries they followed, Croatian lead, started doing it. So let's dive more into it as this is the highly relevant visa for our
Mhm.
digital communities. So what are the requirements of getting a digital nomad visa?
Uh, Actually, not that much. Digital nomads are defined as in Croatian Aliens Act, which provides the regulations for digital visas. Says that the digital nomad is any person who is doing his business primarily via telecommunication technology. So his work or tasks are not connected to the office, and basically if you provide with the proof that you can work remotely, your first job is done. So you basically have to prove the purpose of your stay, meaning that you have to either provide with the employment contract with your company, or the proof that you are doing business within your own company, and the business is connected to the work being done via telecom technology. And then you have a few other requirements which are basically very easy to complete. You have to have the valid passport, obviously. Once you apply for a visa, you have to provide a health insurance. We always suggest to our clients to take a non-government travel health insurance, which lasts for 1 year. The expense for that one travel insurance for one person in Croatia is at around 800 to 1,000 euros for a whole year, so it's not that big of an expense. You have to prove in the moment of the application that you have sufficient funds to finance your living in Croatia. The minimum which is required from the Croatian government is something at around 6,000 US dollars. So if you have a deposit of $600 on your bank account, not Croatian bank account, not the account in the Croatia, as long as it's a bank account with your name, with that deposit on the day when you apply, you will fulfill that legal requirement. And obviously the last one is you have to provide the certificate that you do not have any kind of criminal charges, or that you are not a threat to Croatian society while you are applying. So there is no background check, meaning that, for example, our services would contact U.S. government to fulfill that legal requirement. You have to get the certificate of your local police department, of Ministry of Justice, saying that you are not being interrogated, you do not have any any felonies or something like that. And basically that is it.
Wow. So to sum up, that sounds like you need a background check because most of the countries would require that, and it's quite easy to get. You need a $6,000 deposit. You need a employment contract or a proof that you own a company or a director, like that such.
Yeah.
And so these are the 3-4 requirements. The one most important requirement, that do you need to provide a salary proof or some sort of current salary proof?
No, the Croatian government made for in my opinion, fantastic job saying that digital nomads are not going to be taxed in Croatia in any sense. The interest of government here is that digital nomads are going to spend their money, are going to pay the VAT, and are going to participate in basically in spending of the money and financing the government budget through the expenses while living in Croatia. So if you have a US salary in your US company, Croatia doesn't have anything with it, and no one is expecting to tax your salary in Croatia. So you do not have to prove your salaries to a government because it is not of our interest. Obviously, they are asking for sufficient money on your account just to see that you have enough money. Hello, hi.
Yeah, we can. Now you're back.
Okay, can you hear me and see me?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's good news. You answered my another question regarding taxes already. So there are no taxes. There's no plan for any taxation.
No.
Yeah. So that's a great news. And the question I was asking: is there any monthly income requirement? Because most of the digital nomad visas in many countries, they ask you to show a proof that you have to have like a $2,000. Nothing like that.
No.
Okay.
As I said, the government expects you to show that at the moment when you are applying, you have you can finance your living, and that is it. After that, no one cares.
Yeah. So Ivan, your camera is black again. I mean, maybe you tried.
Okay, wait a second.
Yeah, something. Yeah, you're back. So let's further go into it, and I wanted to ask you is this digital nomad visas available for everyone, or they are only for certain nationalities?
No, there are no specific regulation in that sense. So citizen of basically any country can apply for digital nomad visas. Obviously, that is not of the interest for anyone from the European Union, because any EU citizen has a free right to register her or his residency in Croatia as if it is hers or his domicile country, but actually there are no specific requirements in that regards. So legally, anyone can apply.
Sure, that's good to know. Now I will ask you more questions. Like, how long does it take the day I apply for this visa till the day I get this visa? How long the process is and the cost of applying this visa?
Okay, so the visa application is administrative process. It is run by the Ministry of Inner Affairs, and according to Croatian Administrative Procedure Act, any administrative procedure should be finished within 45 days. So when I'm talking with the clients, I always say expect 45 days, but in the practice, it usually takes from 8 to 30 days. So I always count 45 days, but in most cases the process is done within 8 to 30 days from the moment when the application is submitted to the authority. Regarding the expenses, there are not so much of the expenses. There is a few hundred kunas, which is at around 100 euros or 130 euros, 130 US dollars of the administrative costs, depending on the documentation, the authority or the jurisdiction in which you apply for a digital nomad visa. The only substantial the cost is the translation of the documentation. So there are some situations where you, for example, have you have to both translate, apostille, and fully legalize some of the documents, and sometimes that can be either expensive in domicile countries where the process is done, or it could take even for a month or month and a half to complete the documentation.
That's good to know. Thank you very much for explaining in detail. One more follow-up question regarding applying this visa. Can I apply this visa while I am inside Croatia, or do I have to apply it in the local embassy of wherever I am national of?
So Croatia, similarly to any other EU country, has the obligation to apply for any kind of travel documents within the embassy nearest to the residence address of the applicant. So, for example, if you are living in New York, your closest embassy would be Croatian embassy on the eastern coast of USA, and you have to apply. So you do not have the ability to apply while you are in Croatia.
Okay, that's good to know.
Basically, let me explain. Basically, the process goes that the applicant should go to the nearest embassy, or must go to the nearest embassy, apply. Then the embassy checks all the documents, and then sends those documents in Croatia, or scans them and send them to the Ministry of Inner Affairs, and then the Ministry of the Affairs basically makes a decision if the visa is going to be approved or not, and then when the answer is affirmative, then the client or applicant goes to that same embassy and gets the visa stamp in a passport.
Wow. So 2 more questions I will ask you is that, of course, you are our verified partner for the community. Do you offer this services, and what is the range of the cost of your service in getting this visa? A range. I know every case is different.
Okay, so we do provide those services. We usually charge 150 euros, which is at around 200 euros per hour, plus the VAT. I would not like to go into specifics about not charging VAT on reverse charge basis in certain options, but basically the calculation is 200 euros per hour, depending on the client, how well he is prepared to start the procedure and so on. It usually takes at around 10 hours. Obviously, we have a lot of those applications. Sometimes the families want to join Digital Nomads, so you have a whole family applying, or you have 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 co-workers applying simultaneously. Then we do specific packages for those kind of clients. Either we are giving them a discounts, or we are asking for a minimum upfront funds to finance the process. But let's say that the normal application, if we are talking about one application, it usually goes from 1,500 to 2,000 US dollars. This is the cost. Usually US for the expenses. Usually we also insist on us paying all the material expenses, which are then covered within those 200 US dollars per hour. So we want to be the ones that are going to pay the translators, the courier services, the administrative fees, and so on. It's not the reason for that is not the finance one. Basically, we want to make it as easier as possible for our clients, because I feel that it's a lot easier for us to pay the administrative fee to the state budget than it is for someone who is just considering or starting with his or her application for Digital Nomad.
Makes sense. Makes sense. A complete service, and definitely I would get someone to do it, and that's what I did in Poland as well, because of the language difference. There's a culture difference, so it's better.
Yes.
If someone take care of me. So thank you very much, Evan. We are already, like, I didn't even notice that we are already halfway through, but we have a lot of questions. I was asking some of the questions, but let's go through it and I will ask you the questions. First question, Nabil asked, I think I can already answer. Can Pakistanis apply for Digital Nomad Visa in Croatia? Yes, because Ivan has already answered. It's for everyone, especially for the out people, non-EU people, because EU people do not need visa. So answer to you is yes. Question from Nivita Bhatti, $6,000 as proof of fund is the only requirement. I think you also covered that. Other than that, there are 3 other requirements you mentioned in detail. So Nivita, yes, and there are 3 other requirements, which is a background check and the employment contract, and you need to apply it in one of the embassy if you're not in Croatia. Question from Lisa, what is the maximum length of stay in Croatia without a digital nomad visa? I think she's asking maybe tourist visa.
Okay, so without Digital Nomad Visa, if we are talking about non-EU citizens, because EU citizens can stay in Croatia as long as they want, normal tourist visa is in the length of 90 days. So if you have a normal tourist visa, I think it's visa class B, then you can stay for 90 days, and after 90 days your further stay in Croatia would be considered as illegal. The Digital Nomad Visa, when you get one, you can stay in Croatia for a year.
Oh, wow. 4 years?
For 1 year. No, for 1 year. For a year.
Yeah, for a year. Oh, shit. Okay. So let me ask you in that. So can I renew that Digital Nomad Visa after a year?
No, that is the only downside of our program. I have to say it. I'm not especially happy with that. Once your digital nomad visa is expired, after that 1 year, you should leave the country, or basically you lose your legal basis of your stay. The usual thing that our clients do, since already they are living in Croatia for 1 year, while having a digital nomad visa, they are usually then applying for a visa or temporary residence permit on some other similar basis. Either it's business related temporary residence permit, or is it other reasons, so-called other reasons temporary residence permit, or they get a work permit, or they start their own business there, or buy a property. There are numerous options when it comes to temporary residency in Croatia. So then they usually stay for another year, for example, on the other reasons. After that, they apply for yet another digital visa. Then they go back to other reasons. And once they have the 5 years of the temporary residence permit, then they are eligible to apply for a permanent residency. And after 8 years in total, assuming that that you know how to speak Croatian or learn how to speak Croatian in those 8 years, and you do not have any legal problems, then you are eligible to apply for citizenship.
This is incredible. So I will ask you more questions. Carlos, are there the same requirements if I am from Latin America? I think yes, requirements are same for everyone wherever you come from, except if you are a EU citizen, which then you don't even need a visa. You have
Yeah.
a different requirements. And Roxanne asked, can I have my business registered in Estonia, for example, still having my residency in my home country, let's say United States, and get the Croatian Digital Nomad Visa?
Yes, I don't see why not. Presuming that you are doing your business via telecom technologies, yes, no problem. Also, you will not be taxed in Croatia on the basis of your salary.
This is incredible. And Bakshi asked about the extension, which you already answered in detail. I think I missed Paula's question, which went down. That are there any current COVID restrictions which could possibly be affecting the process of applying and obtaining this digital nomad visa within 45 days?
No, actually, there is one funny fact. First of all, when talking about Croatia and Corona, I'm more than happy to say it's for me personally very important. The Croatia had one of the more relaxed COVID measures within the whole pandemic. So basically, I don't know how many people like it or not, but when it comes to day-to-day life, we didn't have to wear masks in public, in the open space. There were basically no strong restrictions in any sense. So there are no restrictions about getting in Croatia with in the relations to COVID measures. But there is one plus. Croatia changed their Aliens Act and Croatian Personal ID Documents Act, saying that all the documents are as they are at the moment when the pandemic officially started. So basically, if someone had a digital nomad visa expiring on December 31st of 2020, he or she could stay for next year, and also now, as long as the pandemic is ongoing and is not finished officially. So.
Wow.
Basically, there are some people, some of my clients still staying in Croatia on their 219 digital nomad visa because it is expired, but is not expired due to the COVID. So
this is good to know. And if a lot of people, easy, relaxed countries are important, so Croatia is a good option for them. So we have another question. So total 8 years to get the citizenship, 5 years to get the permanent residency. So the question is, like, this 1 year is counted towards that total 5 year of residency?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. This is good. So, and the extension to that question is like, how long do the person have before they can switch to other visa, before their digital nomad visa get expired?
Usually, digital nomad visa is for 1 year. We usually do it with our clients in the way that when the 10th month of your stay in Croatia starts, then we start the preparation for the application for the second temporary residence permit.
Okay, that's good. And we'll ask a second question. So can I move with my family? Like I have one kid and a wife and me. So is this visa allow your spouse or family to get automatic visas, or?
Not in the sense that you will get automatic visa, but there is separate legal basis for getting a visa or a temporary residence permit, and it is a family joining legal basis. So once the digital nomad visa is approved, usually the second step right after that is application for the rest of the family, saying, look, one member of our family got a digital nomad visa, he or she is moving to Croatia, we as the rest of the family want to join her or him, and those residency applications are approved in 99%. I'm always saying we can control everything except background check. So I cannot help you if you have a connection with some kind of terrorist group. This is the only thing that we cannot help you with.
Definitely, that's good to know. So if you're not a criminal, other than that, Ivan's team can help you. So that's good to know. So Nevada asked, can unvaccinated travel to Croatia?
Yes. So unvaccinated people can come to Croatia as long as they have their COVID certificate. If they were infected with COVID, and then they get the certificate, or with a negative PCR test not older than 48 hours. At the moment, we are even discussing on going with the home tests.
Wow, this is incredible to know. Aliona has asked another question, which is a very good question. Is there a presence requirement to get that residency during that 5 to 8 years? Like, for example,
is it?
Yeah, like for example, I get the residence permit, for example, digital nomad or any type of temporary residence permit in Croatia, and then I leave the country. But I have that visa for 2 years. Will that 2 years will be counted towards my total 5 years of residency?
No, you have the period of 1 year digital nomad visa. If you are going to stay whole 365 days, okay. If you want to travel or anything like that, you can, obviously, if your documents allow you so, but 1 year is 1 year, so no one is going to count the actual days that you stayed in Croatia.
Yeah. So in Croatia, the physical presence doesn't matter as long as you have the validity of 5 or number of years of that visa.
Yeah.
So that makes Croatia could make an ideal country for a tax residency. Is that correct?
Yes, there is. It is not the topic of our webinar now, but basically our corporate department has a lot of business based on the taxation. Croatia is one of 2 EU countries having their corporate tax on just on 10% basis. So a lot of companies from EU are moving their headquarters to Croatia in order to be taxed with Croatian corporate tax.
This is good to know, and I think we have to stop because I know it's already over time, and I really like the smile you had when I talk about tax residency, because this is a big topic in our community, and we will...
My favorite topic.
So we will organize a separate webinar with you, Ivan, with that topic. And so guys, Ivan's firm is there for you. And we will be, of course, we are recording this, and we will also show you on the screen, on the text, the website link and address. You can also go on visadb.io, search expert, and select Croatia, and you will see all the services Ivan's firm is offering to everyone around the world. 2 companies, 2 individuals, 2 digital nomads, 2 even retirees. Anyone who would like to move to Croatia or who wants to register a company or require tax guidance, Ivan's firm is there. They are verified for our community, and you already saw him, so now you're kind of friends, you know, you're talking, you're dealing with, and so it's an incredible service provider. I would encourage you, if you are planning or your friends or family planning, please share Ivan's services. via VisaDB or directly, and check him out. And if you need any help after today's webinar, please reach him out as well. He would let him know to come from this webinar, so he will help you. And so, Ivan, on behalf of my 147,000 people, not everybody's there, but this content which we created today, which will live and people will watch it. So I really want to show my gratitude on the behalf of my communities. Thank you very much for your time coming in, sharing this incredible knowledge. I really appreciate it.
No problem. I hope that we will have a chance of some other webinar. We have a lot of ground to cover. Digital Nomad Visas is one of them. So hope to speak to you and your community soon. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And
Okay.
I really want to thank everybody who joined in today and asked some incredible questions. So next week we will be again coming up with another community webinar for a different destination or a tax related or digital nomad issues. So tune in. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.